Okay, you guys ready?
Do we have
Welcome. What?
I was just saying.
Welcome?
Well, we don't have them on the wall yet, so technically, yeah, it should be sponsored by DeWalt because I went through.
Well, we're looking for some new tools.
Welcome to the Slightly Serious Sign podcast under construction in the new studio that's not done yet because Tyler hasn't been working hard enough. This is episode 57, sponsored by, I think, DeWalt.
Yeah, DeWalt's been putting in some work in here.
If you're not watching the video, you'll see the whole thing's still under construction.
Oh.
The middle of it's still full of DeWalt.
That's a good mention. So the new studio, you're going to notice, obviously, the way you're looking at us has changed. But then also we have a third option. So Rick hopefully will sync that up as I did that. It'll be awesome. But so yeah, hello up there. You can see we're still under construction. If you look behind the sign, there's still holes in the wall. So I would like to say I'm going to fill the holes, but I'm not. I'm actually just going to cover them up. So it's the way we do construction around here. But yeah, been working on it. We're almost done. I mean, the mics work, hopefully, if you guys can hear us.
If you would have just saw us, we were going to start this one 40 minutes ago, and this is how long it's taken us to get that. And obviously, I can move into the camera frame here, but we're working on it. 18
minutes to get set up.
I do want to mention...
Someone said I'll be back in 5 minutes, then came back 15 minutes later. So
I'm an important person.
There is something that I want to mention to you, all the construction people out there, and they know this. If you have a battery-operated drill, never use the battery for a hammer, okay? You know, some people like to get lazy and not get a hammer out, and they use this to pound the nail in or whatever, a brad nail. We won't mention any names, but...
Somebody that works at Wensco was building something last week, and there was a brad nail hanging out. He put the screw in, and the brad nail was still hanging out, so he hammered it in with the drill, put in the next screw, and he said, "What's that smell?" And he said, "Oh, it's the drill." And you could see the drill smoking. And then like 2 seconds later, I explained it like, you know those the little kid fireworks you put in your driveway where you put them on the ground, they shoot out sparks like 4 feet in the air? That's what the drill looked like. It just it was like a flamethrower. So the
sparks. Nail, it pierced the battery.
Nice.
And we saw a spark, and all of a sudden it was like...
Then it sprayed out all those sparks, and then luckily it stopped for 1 second, and he unclipped the battery, threw it out in the parking lot, and then
I was like, it's going to explode. Get rid of it.
It just went up in flames. So
it did go up in flames?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And 8-amp battery, too. So
luckily, the fire department didn't have to come out. But
8 amp, the big one?
Yeah. Big one.
That's probably expensive air.
That's what I said. It's probably like $250 it just cost.
I'm already getting in trouble. We just started in the studio. Rick just yelled at me for not talking to my microphone.
This is so much easier. It's right here.
It's right there. You can move that.
I don't know.
So anyways, we've been using DeWalt a lot in the last few weeks. We still got probably 2 more holes to drill.
Well, I'm going to give out a big kudos to Tyler because I know it's a lot of work to do a studio, and right now it's coming together. I am very impressed, and also Rick for getting all the mics up and camera angles, and it looks like we're going to have to make some adjustments, but
we're like 90%.
It's looking good.
I like it. The door wrap stuff's awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
The MetaMark stuff is incredible. And the nice texture, easy. It's soft. I mean, it's perfect.
We have a video we'll put out too. Another reason you should buy a rollover table. You can just do architectural films. Just put the whole door on the door on table.
And roll it on.
Nice.
Piece of cake. Took 2 seconds. It was awesome. So if anyone's doing doors and you have them off the hinges, obviously, and in your shop, probably can do them all in like 2 seconds. It was awesome.
Thanks for reminding them that they need off the hinges in their shop. Like, what are they going to do? Tip the rollover
most
table
of them,
up?
I feel like you're doing it there. You know, I feel like you're doing hotels. If you're doing a hotel remodel, I assume you're not going and taking all the doors off and bringing them back to your shop, right? But like if you're doing like a new one, then you would have them.
Okay.
Well, we did use that rollover in the cabinet class. I mean, we used it a lot.
Yeah. We've used that rollover. You know how often we've used our rollover table because we use the same cutting mat, and it's looking rough, which means we've given it some use. That's for sure. Tony jokes that he said, "Yeah, we still haven't flipped it over yet." That's definitely not true. Have you felt the other side? It's like sandpaper on the other side.
Did you guys sell any rollovers though?
Yeah, 2 of them.
Well, one of them said,
"Is
later.
that sales rep I sold to, or is that like?"
No, I talked to the customers themselves.
One of them is not buying it right now, at least. So we sold one and a half.
Okay, one and a half. Well, the other one is.
Let me tell you, there
they
was
need a new building.
One and a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities.
That's sales rep talk. Anybody that's out there listening, that is sales rep talk. If they say opportunities, slap them right in the face.
There's a lot of opportunity out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. If your reps are saying, yeah, I got one job sold and a lot of opportunities out there. That means, I don't know, actually. I hope so.
I was meeting with a Grand Rapids customer yesterday, and I said in the meeting, I said, never let a sales rep run a company. And he's like, we're on the same page. And because him and his sales guy and Tony started talking. Next thing you know, we were going to have everything in stock, and they were going to start selling everything. And we're looking at each other like, don't ever let sales reps run your company. You'll end up with everything in stock and everything's opportunities and nothing sold.
That is true.
So anyways, we wanted to do an episode 1. We wanted to make sure everything was working. So if you're hearing this, hopefully it's working. But the other thing that we've been getting a lot of questions about in the last weeks or so is kind of what's going on with tariffs. What are we expecting? All that kind of stuff. So we'll get into that a little bit today in terms of what's going on. But I was told someone has a story I want to tell. So if you want to listen to tariffs, we're 8 minutes in, I assume right now. So scroll to like 28 minutes and we'll be talking about tariffs.
So what you're saying is a long story.
It might be a long story, though.
I just want to tell about my Saturday.
Okay.
So this is new for me. This is what happened. So I think most people that have listened know I only had 3 boys, raised 3 boys, no girls. We were a boy house. Like, we played dodgeball in the house 24/7. And now I have a granddaughter she's 7, and she wanted to do something with me. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess let's go do girl stuff. What are we going to do? So Saturday morning, picked her up to go to Build-A-Bear. People that are listening that have been to Build-A-Bear, you know exactly what's going to happen here. One, I've never been there before. So, like, I have to walk in. I have to try to figure out what you're supposed to do to start with. And there's a whole bunch of soccer moms in there with their kids running all over the place. I mean, it was like there was 40 of Tyler's kids there. Like, running, throwing stuff at each other, yelling at each other, tripping each other. And all I do, like, okay, I just want to so finally some guy comes over. Or a girl. Normally I'm in a situation where I'd ask if it was a guy or a girl, but I didn't know. And I think it was a guy, but it could have been a girl. But like, it was one of those ones where like, okay, well, I'm just not going to ask. Like, I was trying to figure it out, but I couldn't. But anyways, they're telling me what, for the sake of the story, is a guy. And he's my age, gray hair, a little bit of gray hair, then a little bit of pink, a little bit of blue, a little bit of yellow in it. But if you looked around Build-A-Bear, it's full of those that, like, everybody had dyed hair. Like, I think that's the only way you get hired.
It's probably a requirement.
Be
colorful, man. Be colorful.
It's part of the employee's attire is specific clothing and hair.
But listen, I saw what they had to deal with every day. That's a terrible job. That is a terrible job.
I say the same thing about anyone that teaches first grade or younger. I just think, how do you guys even I got 2 of them and I just want to die half the time. How do you get 12 kids in a room and you're just like, yep, let's get all these cats to do one activity together.
Some kids actually, Tyler, though, are behaved.
Well, that's what's funny is it turns out mine at school are great. So I guess I did something right. I have no idea. She's like, yeah, she's no problem at all. I'll be like, how? I need like video proof or something. Like, send it to me.
Can you come home with her?
Yeah, exactly. That was the joke we made at parent teacher conferences. Like, you want to come watch her at our house? Shoot. It's awesome.
So anyways, I finally get in there. He comes, helps me. He's like, okay, here's what you do. You pick out one here, and then you go to this station, then you go to this station, then you go to this station, then you go. Basically, you make a circle around the thing. So first, okay, Nova, pick one out. And Nova kind of knew what to do. It's like her 3rd time there. So she finally picks out this monkey. That's the one you want? Yeah. So we have to go to the next station, and you have to she wanted it to say something, so you can pre-record it. I'm like, okay, Nova, what are you going to say? No, you're going to say something, Grandpa. Okay. Leg day workout was the day before. The day after leg day, when you're almost 50 years old, you can't get on the floor and get back up without help. Like, my legs are sore. But anyways, the microphone's like a 3-year-old's going to say something in it. It's that low to the ground. I'm literally got to kneel down, and like, I already can't barely kneel down because my legs are so sore. So I kneel down, and because I'm super nice, I said, Grandpa loves you, and you're the cutest girl in the whole world. So I left. That's what says her. Something real close to that. So then they put that in there. They go to the next station, and this guy with the gray hair and the yellow and green fills the monkey with stuffing.
Yep.
And the whole time he's saying this whole like rant that they gotta say, story, whatever. Have you been there?
No.
He's like, oh, this and no. Like when you fill the arms, like there's a bunch of things they had to say. I wasn't listening because there's so many kids. I was worried about I was getting attacked by the kids behind me.
Hurry up, old man!
I was just trying to stay safe, and some lady's yelling at her kids, and the other kids ran back out in the mall. So, anyways, we go to that station.
I'm picturing this like I'm hoping someone will help me out here with the book. Oh, Lord of the Flies, where it's a bunch of kids and they get stranded on an island and they basically like go feral. That's what I picture Build-A-Bear being like. It's a whole bunch of kids like they were stranded on a desert island, right? There's only one person that's going to make it out of this store alive. That's what I'm picturing.
And I was looking around going, I'm a pretty big guy, but they got me outnumbered.
What's the video? What's the
Was it
video?
gremlins coming after you?
People go around and ask, how many kindergartners do you think you could take in a fight? That's what he's doing the math. It's like, yeah, like 5 easy, but man, at some point though, there's enough of them.
Like little gremlins going everywhere.
Yep. So after you fill them, he stitches it up, and then you go to the station where you have to like fake wash it. Like, oh, kids love this. Why? All they do is like, oh, fake this, rub its back. So we get that done. I take your picture with it. Then we have to pick out clothes.
Yep.
Like, okay. So we go and she can't get the dress on the dang monkey. So I'm like, okay, I'll help you. I've never dressed a baby in my life. Not the kids, nobody, I don't think. So I'm trying to get this dress on. I finally get the dress on. I have the dress on backwards. And it's a monkey with a tail. Like, whoops. I don't think that's supposed to look like that. So take the dress back off, finally get the dress back on. I'm like, okay, we're done then, right? We now have got the monkey, filled the monkey has a dress on. No. There's a little monkey that's like that big. We need to get that too. So it has a friend. And then we have to put a shirt on the little monkey too. I'm like, I am paying for all this stuff. So then I think, okay, we're done. There's no more stations left except like this computer screen. I have no idea what I'm gonna do at the computer screen. No, we got to get shoes. So we get these shoes, and I can't get the shoes on the dang monkey. It's like, are these shoes even for this monkey? And then someone had to help me. Yeah, they were. Just put them on. And then the last station, finally, after I've been ran into 400 times, been hit by other stuffed animals, we go to the station, and you basically just register this monkey, and then you
got to give it a name.
You got to give it a name. So you have to sit there for at least 40 minutes to come up with a name. I mean, we knew we were going. We could have made, if I would have known we had to make a name, I would have made up a name earlier. So we finally made a name. We go to the register, and for $85, I get to have all that fun.
That's awesome. I can't think of a better way to spend $85.
I'll tell you, that's a treasure.
Okay.
Your granddaughter is going to treasure that time
forever.
Okay, listen, That's just the start of the day.
This is at 9 o'clock.
So then we walk out of there.
It's 8:30.
Yes. We walk out of there, and I blame Mimi for this. She has to get
a pretzel.
A smoothie.
Yep.
A smoothie.
I knew where it was going.
Okay, where do you get the smoothie from? She knows exactly where the store is. I'm like, okay, so I probably haven't been to that mall in a year. We go up there, and you know what you want? Yep. Strawberry banana. Like, she literally orders it, and she drank about 3 drinks. That's all she needed.
Just gotta wet the tongue. That's it.
Yeah.
So then I'm carrying this thing, and she's carrying her monkey. Oh, I forgot that we had to buy a backpack to put this monkey into.
Oh,
so as
that makes the $85 worth it now. At least you didn't have to carry it.
Yeah, I mean, she just put it on her back, and she's happy as can be, and then as we're walking out, we had come in through Dick's Sporting Goods. We're walking by. You know the name of these. The fake Yetis. What are they? What's the ones that your kids have now? The taller ones with the pale colors. They have the straw, like you open the top and you can. Owala. It's not a straw, but it's not. Oh, what is it? Owala. We walk by these.
Oh, the fake straw you're talking.
Yes.
Yeah.
She walks by these Owala fake Yetis, and she said, "Grandpa, I really want one of those." I said, "No." She goes, "Why? No." I said, "We only buy Yetis in this family." And she keeps looking at him. She keeps looking at him. She keeps looking at him. I said, "Nova, you realize I'm gonna start crying at the register if I have to buy this." She goes, it's okay. And she grabs my hand. Okay, sucker. Like she's holding my hand as we're walking to the register with this fake Yeti that I have to buy at the register. And when they ask me, hey, do you have rewards here? I'm like, no. And I have rewards, but I didn't want to have to see it on my email. Like I was like, we only buy Yetis at this family.
They sell Yetis at that store too.
So yeah, she suckered me into one of those, and they're only like $35.
It's not so bad. For a big one?
It was tall. I don't know what it was.
Can you even carry it when it's full of water?
I don't know. Probably. So the other thing I told her we'd go to was Five Below. She loves the Five Below. And she suckers me again. We get out of the car. She grabs my hand to walk all the way in, like smiling at me, like, hey, Grandpa. I'm like, so when she walks, as she's walking in, she says, am I going to be able to get anything? I said, tell you what. I said, you can get anything that you can carry to the register. So it actually got pretty comical. We're in Five Below, and she's just picking out stuff, and I'm not letting her have a basket. Some lady came and asked, do you guys need a basket or a cart? Nope. I'm like, whatever she can carry to the register, that's what she gets. And she kept asking me if I'd help her. Nope. She has her hands full, and as she'd go to grab something off the shelf, everything would fall. She'd have to pick it all back up and then try to re-grab it. And this went on for about an hour before we finally made it to the register. And it was less than that dang fake Yeti.
You know, you said it took you 45 minutes to spend $85. I can give my kids a $10 limit at Five Below, and it can take 45 minutes. We'll just walk around the store. We'll just be doing laps. And I'll keep doing the math for them. It's the greatest activity in the world. It takes so long, and they're over there thinking about it. About this toilet's going to last 4 seconds by the time it makes it home because they're so garbage. But it's great. That's good quality entertainment. Just Five Below.
And then the final part of it. We're driving back. Where do you want to eat? And her parents don't take her to Hibachi anymore. The new Chinese place.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah,
the new one.
Just moved in.
Well, I laugh because I call it the new Chinese place. I still call it the new mall. That mall was built in the 90s, I think.
It is still the new mall, though.
But I call it the new mall. So anyways, they won't take her to Hibachi, which I understand because Hibachi, I should boycott them because of this. They have terrible kid policy. It's $16 for a kid to eat. She's 7 years old.
That's pretty expensive.
So
yeah, but you eat about $48.
That's right. Well, I was going to get my money's worth. So we sit down, and she has about a cup of fried rice, 2 squares of Jell-O, and half a cup of ice cream for $16.
I think you're spoiling her a little too much there, Grandpa.
Hey, that's the day. I haven't seen her in a while, so that was my day with her. And they did ask, when you ever going to take Tyler's kids? I said, I thought it was bad with Build-A-Bear with her. His kids would participate in that. They'd be chucking stuff at me.
We will.
No, I did say, like, until I can't take them because I wouldn't be able to handle it until they can go to the bath. I think go to the bathroom on their own. Like Thea does go to the bathroom on her own, but I wouldn't feel comfortable right now, like send her in there waiting for her to come back out. So maybe another year or so.
Both going to the bathroom is exhausting. And now one's potty training too. So if we go to the store and they both have to go to the bathroom, it's horrible. It's the worst. We got another 2 months maybe of this until it goes back to normal again. But yeah, it's pretty bad.
Now I know why my dad went to the bathroom. Because it was solitude.
That's right.
Because I remember when my kid was little, I'd be in the bathroom just to get away, and all of a sudden you see the fingers on the door. What you doing, Dad? Building a rocket? Yeah. Well, I want to see the rocket.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. The bathroom at the farm, I keep the windows are open because so you can see the whole fields and everything, but I always wonder if anyone ever drove in, I'd be sitting right here on the toilet. They drive in and see.
Hi.
How you doing?
Nice to see you.
Yeah. Yep. He's probably sitting there and they're saying, oh, hey, Blue, how you doing? How's your day?
So talking about Blue, my cat.
Uh-oh.
So people that don't know, I had a cat show up early this winter, and I fed it once. Mistake. And then I said, if it makes it through this next week, it was supposed to be super cold, I'll feed it again. It stays outside. And now I think it told every cat in the whole United States that it gets fed in the garage. When I come home, there's like 5 cats in the garage now.
Warned you. Yep.
I went from 1 to 5. And I bet they're not all male or females. I'm betting I'm going to have kittens soon, too.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's why they say don't feed the street cats, because then they just more show up and then more are made.
I'm spending more money to feed the cats than myself.
Yeah, I believe it.
Eventually, you're going to find the cats on your motor.
You know, they sell that.
As you turn that on.
The cheapest feed in the world, they sell it right in Fremont. Don't they have Tractor Supply?
Yeah.
Yeah, just buy cat feed there. It works great.
The other part of that though is that Blue, the cat, the original cat, the one that likes me. I have a bait pile right there. I mean, I spilled some corn right there. Allegedly spilled some corn right there, and it sits on the bait pile all day and smacks the birds off the bait pile. It literally, like I have it on, it's on camera. It literally sits around the bait pile, waits for birds to land. It will stay dead quiet, and as soon as it does, it snags those birds. So it gets birds nonstop. So sometimes I'll come home, there'll be like 4 birds on my porch.
That's pretty funny. The other thing I was going to say is you talked about how crazy my kids are. So if they actually want to see, they should you posted the video on Instagram of.
Yes. Go to my Instagram. If you want to see how crazy Cove is, go to my Instagram, look at my last video of Cove. And some of this is a parenting error too, because this kid likes to jump off the couch. And we let him jump off the couch at our house. But they have the couch, and then they built it up, and then they built it up again, and they built it up again. And he's trying to launch himself from it's 7 feet off the ground across the room.
It's probably like 3.5, 4 feet off the ground now. Yeah.
Hey, Evil Knievel started young.
Yeah, go find my Instagram.
He's pretty good.
And see it if you want to see it.
He's fine. That's what I said. I was somebody we know just messed up their foot real bad as like I don't know how old they are. But I said, man, if you were like Cove when you were younger, probably would have been fine. See, I'm just building up this immunity, right? We're not going to have any small injuries, okay? It's going to either be no injuries or big injuries. Those are the two options.
He's going to have a broken pelvis is what he's going to have.
Yeah, both legs. He's going to be in a double cast.
Oh, that'd be bad.
Yeah, so
what were we going to talk about anyways? Tariffs?
Yeah.
Yes, let's talk about
Wow,
tariffs.
I was so close. I said 28. We're at 25, so that was our intro. Welcome.
Yeah. Anybody want to spend a Saturday with me and Nova? Let me know. We can go to Build-A-Bear together and try to survive.
It's like survival of the fittest.
I'm bringing my gun next time, I think.
I thought you were going to say she needed a pretzel. Because that would have been me.
Oh, yeah. Domingo would have stopped for pretzel and ice cream before you left the mall.
You know, I was thinking about that when I was with her. Traveling with Nova is a lot like traveling with Domingo.
Yeah.
When it's time to eat, it's just
you gotta eat.
Simply time to eat. We got to stop.
Yeah.
We got to go get a pretzel. We got to get a burger. We got to get something.
The way back from the cabinet class, Domingo, are you guys going to stop? No, we ate like 4 hours ago. Domingo was like, I got to eat.
I told you I had to stop.
We ate at like 1:30. It was like 5:30. Domingo pulls off the road.
Yep. I'm going to get something to eat because I got another 2-hour drive.
Who else doing that? We had like an hour and 10 minutes to go. It was 6:00. And we ate at 1
Can't make
Central
it.
Time, 2:00
Dinner.
Eastern Time.
Got to have dinner.
It was fun. So, anyways,
All right, let's talk about tariffs.
Tariffs.
Wait,
so,
did we talk about that I'm in the exact same clothes I was in yesterday?
No.
So
did you go home?
Did you get kicked out?
I never went home. No, I never went home.
Car
so
broke down?
I was trying to go home, and then someone wanted to have a meeting with me. So I met with them and it ended up going till about 9:30 at night.
Nice.
Ooh. Jeez.
So I had the chance. I could either go back to the farm, which is 40 minutes away, but I had to be at the gym by 4:30. So and then that's another 40 minutes extra. So I can save an hour and 20 minutes if I just stay at the apartment. But I knew I had no clothes, no towel, no nothing there anymore. So I'm like, well, I'm going to do it anyway. So I went and stayed at the apartment, and then I had to search for a towel. I found one in the garage, one of the pool towels in the garage. But I'm wearing in the exact same clothes, same underwear and socks and everything.
Nice
I was
work.
in yesterday.
Nice.
Like
All
I'm a
for the
kid.
company.
Like I'm a kid again.
Hey,
I'll
just
be-
flip
did
the
you-
underwear
yeah, did you
around.
flip
It was
It'll be
so,
okay.
it was all so I could. I was going to say something else. I was going to borrow some of your mom's. No. So yeah, I'm in the same clothes.
Good job.
But I was all to save an hour and 10 minutes of sleep. But it was on a 5 hour. I was only going to sleep 5 or 6 hours.
That's not very good.
So an extra hour. I was getting 20% more sleep.
But what'd your thing say? You said you were still 4 hours behind.
Yeah. It said go back to bed and wake up at like 4 hours from now. My Whoop app was like, did you even go to bed?
Did you sleep?
And it was leg day this morning. So
even better.
I did leg day and limited sleep.
That's not good.
But I did 750.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is.
I'm going to get hurt. I'm going to get hurt really soon.
Wait, press?
Yeah.
No.
10 reps.
Leg press?
Didn't you get my Snapchat? Did I send it to you?
I did 4 reps at 1,000 pounds.
Oh, I'm doing it next time then.
It hurts real bad. But I couldn't go all the way. I couldn't go as far as I should have because I went to where the first stop is. Because I put the stop in because I was nervous I was going to get stuck and I was there by myself. So technically, it wasn't a full. I mean, it's like 90% rep, but that's where the stop is. And I was nervous. I was going to get trapped under 1,000 pounds and nobody was going to be able to help me. So anyways.
So since
that's a lot of plates though.
So since Josh was on too, I built a spot in the basement to do deadlifts.
Oh, there we go.
Why put upstairs? It's like the dungy basement, but I got the pads and everything so I can deadlift. So I've been deadlifting a fair amount because if he's going to have me go do that CrossFit, I know they do a lot of that deadlift stuff. So
yeah, a lot of lifting.
But I think I can actually remember I originally said I want 6, 5, and 4.
Yep.
And I think I can get to 7.
Probably.
I think I get to 7 on my deadlift.
It's not a crazy amount. I mean, if you can leg press 1,000, then you should be able to deadlift 700, I think.
Your hands got to hold it though.
Yeah. We'll get the straps.
All right.
Like cheaters.
Tariffs.
So anyways, what happened with the tariffs, why we're talking about it is we have had like our rep basically for the franchises has both reached out in the last 2 months to say like, hey, what's going on? What can we expect? Asking about certain options because they're already seeing price increases in certain products. So been a lot of back and forth with them on what's going on, what can we do, what other options are there out there for these certain options. So we kind of want to talk about the groups in general that we're seeing go up in pricing, as well as some where it's maybe it's not the whole group, right? So if you're getting price increases, it's time to look around versus with some of the groups, it's going to be kind of unavoidable. We're going to get some amount of price increases on some of them based on our current tariff situation. So that's kind of what I want to talk about. Domingo obviously is involved with this pretty heavily because there's products we've been looking at bringing in for a little bit here that we've basically been delaying because we're like, what's going to land? Who's going to get tariffed? They've threatened every country under the sun. So which ones are actually going to get tariffs? How bad? Where can we get the product from? So that's kind of what we're dealing with.
Yeah, there are, as we look at the tariffs that are coming in right now, aluminum, steel, even acrylic, PVC plastics is starting to come in now. That's going to be basically the tariff's going to hit. So there's a lot of products that currently can be sourced in the U.S., but a lot of it is from other countries that's coming in. So we're kind of at Wensco, we're kind of looking at everybody that we can possibly look at to see who we can partner with. We do have some great partners that are overseas. We don't want to cut those ties out because we need their products, but it's some of the tariffs that are it's questionable, right? So we hear 10% from China. Then it jumped to 25%. Now it's a different number. So, and as I mentioned, the end of April is when we're really probably going to see what exactly where the countries are that are going to be what that level of tariffs is going to be. But we are always looking to see if we can bring certain products from the United States. There are some companies like ACM that's coming out of Texas. There's steel that's coming out of Indiana. There's a lot of different areas that we're looking at that we've been doing some business with them, but we're trying to build that business back up because of these tariffs.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people are going to start seeing increases little by little. It could be 5%. It could be 10%. It could be a whopping 25%.
Yeah.
But we can't carry that burden of the cost, but we're going to try to, at least help the customers out as best as we can and kind of limit their increases, and so that we can continue to earn their business, and hopefully they can understand that Wensco is there with them to fight through this, and hopefully carry a wide portfolio of what current products that we have right now, and hopefully we can be their source to come and grab everything instead of just grabbing one certain product. And I think that's where a lot of our customers do, is that they shop around because of price, which is understandable. But you really got to look at the provider that has everything so that it's a one-stop shop or a one delivery that you can get most of your products. 80% would be great. 100 would be even better, but I think they need to start looking at other avenues of what Wensco carries so that it can be more convenient for the customer to make sure that they get their products in a timely manner.
Yeah, well, the thing we've been looking at most here, we've been talking about, on this podcast for the last 57 episodes, like choices has been one of the words we use all the time on here. Like, we just want to make sure you have choices. And the last 2 episodes, obviously, were us providing you more choices, right? We did one with Ultraflex, new to us. We did one with Metamark, new to you guys. And that doesn't always go over smooth with everyone else we have on board, right? Like, it's more ideal for us not to carry a limited options, right? And we'll actually occasionally you'll even get better pricing if it's like, hey, we're the only option, we'll give you guys better pricing. And you're seeing that across the industry right now where the choices are becoming limited. The problem with that is if they only have one option and we get hit with a tariff like this and it hits that product, there's no other options at that choice, right? They're going to go up in price. There's not another choice. So you buy that one if that's your only option. And we already saw one that was 25% from one of our vendors. They just said across the board, basically all these products are 25%. And the benefit for our side is that it's not our only option that we have there, right? Correct. So it's like, okay, well, we're going to look at something else. Obviously, I'm not going to just pay 25% more, right? If you really liked that specific product, then like, sure, it's still an option for you. It's 25% more expensive than it was before, but there's other options in there. And that's kind of what my key point to the franchises was. If you're buying a product, and especially if it's already gone up in price, like at this point, if it's already gone up in price, there's other options on the board, right? And one of the ones they talked about was ACM, right? Where we're seeing prices go up on ACM right now. It's not all of them. So if you aren't particular on what kind of ACM you're getting, some of them haven't seen tariffs yet. So we can work with those. But some of them are probably, ultimately, most of them are going to see tariffs. Even the ones that are made here, a lot of those components are coming over. So you're going to run into issues where it's being manufactured in the States, but it doesn't matter. You're still going to get price increases because of the components coming over. And because the tariffs are so high coming out of those countries that even if it's just the components, it's still a significant price increase.
Yeah, I hear India, right? There's no tariffs on India yet.
Yep.
It's going to come.
Yeah.
They're going to find it. And they're going to say, this is going to be a stop. And you're going to get tariffed on it.
Yep.
Because we have a lot of other people that are currently saying, oh, no. We'll reroute it and we'll get it through India and there'll be no tariff. Yeah. Pricing will be great, blah, blah, blah. It's going to happen.
Yep.
No matter how you look at it.
Yeah.
Now, when you brought up choices, the one thing that comes to mind is LED modules. There's a certain competitor of ours that basically is cutting down a lot of their products to one product or two. And I think that brings an opportunity for Wensco to take a look at all their products of modules that we carry. We carry quite a bit of them, but now we have another competitor or a vendor that would like us to carry it. We were carrying their products back in the day, and we expanded, but now we have so many customers asking for that specific vendor that we have to basically say, yeah, we're going to bring it on because it's that same conversation of saying we know there are customers that like a certain product.
Yep.
They've been using it for years. And if we can get it and we can make your life easier, then we're going to do it.
Yeah. We've talked about this on this podcast before too.
What do we say? You don't want just honeycomb. You want all your choices in cereal.
Yeah.
Even if you like honeycomb every time, eventually you want some Raisin Bran.
Yeah.
And if they only sell honeycomb, it's easiest for the store to sell just honeycomb.
Yeah.
But you're going to lose that guy because they're going to go get the Raisin Bran at Wensco.
Yeah. It is like, I briefly mentioned it, but it is unbelievably easier to limit the amount of choices that we sell. Like our lives get so much easier if we lower the amount.
Better turns, easier inventory, all that stuff's easier, but that's not our job.
Yeah. Yeah. And that becomes the problem of, although it's easier for us, it's not easier for the customer to just have one or two options, especially when you're going to run to a specialty situation, right? If you only have one option, sometimes it's like, hey, can this one manufacturer make this type of product? And if the answer is no, it's like, sorry, we're out of luck. That's all I got.
Get it.
I asked all my options, my one option, and he said no. So we're out here.
So going back to your original though, for the customer, look at every invoice going forward right now. Look at every single invoice you get from any of us, because one, not all our increases are communicated well, even with us, but others too. So look at every invoice. Like, hey, I was paying $48. Now I'm paying $63.
Yep.
Yeah.
And nothing ever said. So I'm telling you right now, look at every invoice. Look at your previous invoice, or take one from a month ago and look at your one now and see what went up, because there are things that went up in price that probably weren't because of tariffs, but everybody know tariffs are coming. This is your chance to get some extra margin that you didn't get before. So
we just talked about this. I think on the general formulations episode, I mentioned that there's products that are made in the United States that are going to see significant price increases because of tariffs. And then we're all going to have to start asking questions of, okay, is it really made here? And I mean, we literally just saw one that as far as I know, is made in the States, and then it got a change in price. And it's like, okay, this is questionable now.
I talked to a customer yesterday that said, hey, this just went up in price. We sell that same brand. And I looked at him, I said, we didn't get a price increase.
Yeah. Yep.
So if they did, then great, but probably they didn't. They just raised the price on you.
Yeah.
And they're going to buy it from us. Like we were higher price before the increase. Like they obviously came in and undercut us and then raised their price saying, hey, there's a price increase. And we were still at the low price. He's like, I'll just get it from you here on out, because I'm not going to deal with that back and forth.
Yeah.
Checking my invoices.
Right. So one of the franchises sent us just a list of products. They were like, hey, these are prices. These are ones that we're seeing increase in prices in. And I think only one was going to get a price increase, but I hadn't even seen one yet. Some of these price increases are like proactive. Like they haven't actually seen the price increase themselves. They're just like, the price is going to go up, so we're raising it now, versus like, we're just waiting, right?
Yeah. Right
we
now,
stocked up.
I mean,
you should look at look at the barn in the back here. It is packed full of stuff that we know is coming from countries that are going to get tariffs. So rather than wait it out, we're just putting it on the floor.
Yeah. April 1st, there's quite a few of them that are going to hit.
Yeah.
And, going back to your point of finding different options, I had a customer the other day email me in reference to ACM. And I said, the first question I asked is, what are you doing with it? Well, I'm just using it for backer for channel letters. And I'm like, why are you using that product when there's a cheaper product that is made for a backer?
Yeah.
It's just that kind of just, I think we need to be more, I think the customers really need to reach out to their sales reps to maybe ask more questions. Because I agree, we have so many choices that we need to almost ask that question to the customer. What are you doing with it? What do you want to do with it? Do you need a 10-year film, or do you need something that's a 5-year film, a calendared? Metamark has a great calendared polymeric film that lasts longer now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a cheaper choice. I mean, look at the cylinder cast that they have as well. Do I really need a cast, or do I need something that's just under that's cheaper?
Yeah.
There's many options that we can educate our customers.
Sometimes it's just shopping. You're just looking for one number, right? So say you're like, they want this long-term, right? So I'm looking for a 7-year film. And then previously there was only a couple options in that area.
Yeah.
Now there's so many that it's like, hey, if you're buying this product and you're like, if you're buying an ultra premium cast right now and it's going to go up in price, and you're using it just you're not doing a whole lot of curves. You're really just like, I just needed a outdoor vehicle wrap. That's really what I was looking for. And I didn't want calendared. There's so many options in that tier now that, 5 years ago, there wasn't that many options. So if you've been using the same film for years and years and years, and you see a price increase, just reach out. Like there's other options here.
We would love to send you a sample and try it, print, try it, put it on and see what happens.
For sure.
Yeah. So LEDs, we talked about, we're going to see a lot of increases there. Some of you have already seen price increases.
Yep.
And if that's the case, just know that They haven't actually hit yet. So
Yeah, we haven't had any price increases. So if you've got an LED price increase coming from really close to the same factory as ours, we didn't get an increase yet.
yeah, they're coming from the same place. One of them got a price increase and one of them didn't. I'll let you guess if it was product or distributor that put the price increase in place. But ironically, yeah. So if you've seen a price increase right now, we haven't. But it sounds like most of them are getting them. Our LEDs are coming from a few different places, and unfortunately, all of the locations they're coming from are currently on the list of tariffs. So
there will be an increase.
There will be an increase.
There will be an increase.
It is way more minimal than I thought it was going to be, though.
It'll be very small. When you're talking how much an LED costs, that increase is not.
But even the percent, it was the one there. I mean, we don't know what it's going to be, but I don't even think it's a double-digit percent increase.
No, I think it's a 5% that's coming.
It's super small compared to some of the other stuff, I mean, that we've seen.
And our 24 volt did hit before the increase. So if you're listening and you buy the United module, 24 volt did hit before the increase. So we'll have it relatively soon.
Nobody knows that it exists until you just said it now.
Exactly.
Oh, it was a secret?
It was a secret.
Well, I told one customer yesterday, and we already got him a quote because he tried.
Well, it's not 100% secret because I think.
Wait a minute. Is he a sales rep?
Listen,
did he say that he didn't like sales reps? He's already promising stuff that we don't even have yet.
Listen, he has two half bags.
They were buying something out of a colored bag that I can't have in any shop, and it was the right day that I was in the shop where you're supposed to have that color.
Oh,
and I'm like, you can't put that in here. We got to have the black and white bag. And
I agree.
They agreed. And I said, it'll be coming soon. And he said, okay, we'll wait.
That's good.
Good.
So anyways, 24 volt United is here. I guess this is us telling you now.
Coming. Well,
I'm glad I could launch that for you guys.
We'll have a whole video on it. Well, we're waiting for a certain other product to show up here so we can show you the 24 volt.
Is it brighter, whiter, and cheaper than the other 24 volt out there? Yes.
So if you're listening and this is your reminder that I'm still waiting for my bag of LEDs, can I get them soon, please? Thank you.
Well, so much for the product
Where are you
release.
getting one from?
I can't tell you. Tell you because then they're going to show up there because they always do.
Yeah. We've been requested not to say customer names.
We're going to start beeping out customer names so that a certain competitor of ours doesn't keep showing up in their shops the week after we say their names. So we're going to use code names now. And they're going to all know who we're talking about. We'll tell them their code name ahead of time. So when we mention them, they'll know. But yeah, apparently their marketing strategy is just to listen to this one. If we mention a single name, then they send a rep out to visit them. Hey, I know who's buying from Wensco.
They get visited though.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
They get to introduce themselves and everything.
Yeah. One guy said he hadn't seen his rep in a while. I mentioned his name on the podcast. He said, the rep was there like the next week. I got a bunch of cheaper pricing. Awesome. I'm glad we could lose money.
Glad we could lose money to mention your name.
Yeah, no problem. We'll stop mentioning your name now on this podcast. So those are the two ACM and LEDs we talked about. Those are two of the ones that are kind of the main concern right now because a lot of those are coming from overseas. We have ACM that's being made in Texas. It doesn't cover the whole portfolio though. So if you're buying a specific type or a color or something like that, you may start seeing those increases coming pretty soon.
We're going to increase the stuff we didn't have a lot of stock in, like the colors are going to go up a little bit. Just a lot of stuff we're stocked up on, but the stuff we don't stock a lot on, you're going to see increases come pretty soon. But the stuff we stock a lot of, we got a long time before we have to put any increase in. Yeah. We have a barn full. If you didn't know, Tater might have told you.
Yeah. Yeah.
What an adjustment, that barn. I mean, taking that middle rack out.
So we literally redid. I mean, how many warehouses have we redone? I've seen GR and I've seen Detroit, and they're both brand new.
Listen, yeah, and
Chicago's been organized, but I don't think it got ripped down.
Chicago's every warehouse we have right now is almost packed completely full. Yeah. And a lot of warehouse guys complaining right now because we haven't packed so full, but the reality is we didn't know what tariffs, so we just filled everything. Right. we just packed everything. If we could fit it, we put it in there.
Yeah. So we've got a lot. We got a lot of product here. So please come and buy.
There's a lot of steaks back there.
Please come and buy our stuff.
We will We will outlast, if a tariff comes on certain products, we will literally outlast every other company in the United States. I'll guarantee it.
Well, the problem is they're going to come buy it all. We won't make it until it goes away. But
Yeah. So
we're really hoping that everyone gets along in the next like 24 months, and then we'll be great. We'll be in a real good spot, but we'll see what happens. But anyways, yeah, we got a lot of product here. So you're not going to see price increases on some of the stuff that you would expect to see price increases from us for a little while.
But there are some that are going to have to come up.
Yep.
So we just want to make sure that everybody understands that.
The other one we got asked about is window perf was the other one. That one is probably going to be in that same boat. A lot of it's coming from 2 or 3 places really is what it seems like. And they're, if not in the zone where it's tariff, they're on the line. So
even if you're buying it from a name brand that's in the United States, chances are they're getting it from China.
Yeah. Or they're getting at least the
Well, they're getting the paper liner
parts
from Europe.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that paper liners
So
huge.
But even some of them are just going to be delayed, right? Like talked about like India, like I think India, Vietnam are 2 of the ones that magically stuff that was coming from China is now coming from India and Vietnam.
you think you can get me a meeting with Trump so I can get this all sorted out? So we'll at least be able to make a strategic plan.
Yeah.
I think I could just call him.
Yeah. Well, just if you get a chance to talk to him, just tell him that like, as long as we just know the plan ahead of time, we'll be good.
Well, we don't care what the plan is. Just give us the heads up.
Nothing else matters. Just tell us, say, hey, this is what's coming and this is when it will be there. And then we're good.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
I'll see
I
what
appreciate
I
it.
can do.
So obviously, yeah, we're, the thing I said in the first person that asked me about it, the main thing I said to them is we're not just going to sit here and just like let the tariffs happen, right? Like if a tariff hits on a certain product, we're going to make sure that we look at every option that's available and see if we can get it at the same price we had it before. And the second option is if we have a product that gets tariff and we have another option, we're not probably going to look. We're probably just going to tell people like, hey, if you want that previous price, here's another supplier that didn't get hit with it.
And we got a guy on it, not our best guy.
We got a guy.
But we got a guy.
Yeah. We got a guy, and he always says, I got a guy. So between
we got a guy that says he's got a guy.
I got
between
a guy.
him and all his guys, we got
a guy.
lots of guys working on it. But yeah, obviously we're looking at every possible option right now. So if you're seeing a price increase,
We
on
only
a
carry
product that you love,
18,000 products.
so when it's crazy is I think when
How many active SKUs? How many
18.
products?
18.
It's
18,000.
18,000 active in-stock SKUs.
well,
So-
in stock is 18,000 SKUs we can buy.
Oh,
We could track this we could check the in stock
Can you
ones.
look? Yeah, we should look
Look
at
at
how
the
many
type
are
A.
considered in stock, which that means someone's bought at least one for 3 months in a row. It's considered
It's a
in
lot.
stock.
It's a
probably
lot
close
because
to
we
that.
were looking at
We're
that.
looking at that.
Well, that policy I want to implement was
We're gonna have a meeting
in
in
stock pretty soon.
in
actually.
40 minutes. A big manager meeting in 40 minutes. We're gonna talk because we screwed up that formula for like the last 6 months.
Yeah,
So a lot more stuff's gonna come in stock.
which is good because we got lots of space on our shelves right now.
Tater's gonna be excited as can be.
Yeah, there's so much room back there.
They've literally redone the Grand Rapids warehouse, and it hasn't been redone since I did it in the 90s.
Yeah,
Well, it was 2005.
to work in the warehouse now, you have to physically lose weight so you can fit in between the shelves. That's how much stuff we got here.
We can't hire any more big guys anymore.
Yep, it's not quite that
And
bad,
they
but
need to
it's
be
getting there.
They need to be tall with long arms so you can reach the top shelf too. Because we can't fit a ladder down there.
We got it's 8 feet high. It's 8 feet high with 12-inch aisles. That's how we got it stacked here. You have to carry it out above your head.
Yeah. Domingo already got fired.
Yep. I could only get the lower shelf.
Couldn't fit down the aisle or reach the top shelf.
He's only got. It's like Meyer. He can only shop at the end caps. That's all he gets. He's only bestseller.
Hey, that's where the specials are.
That's all we got. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff still coming in. We're trying our best to make sure that whatever tariffs are coming are as limited as humanly possible for you. If you are buying a product and you see it go up in price, reach out to your sales rep, call us, email us, the chat thing on our website, whatever you want to do, and see what other options are out there. We're working on a few internal charts that are going to give our customer service reps an easy, you're buying this, here's the second option, especially around tariffs. So ideally, we don't have it now. So if you call this week, they're probably not going to 100% know, but we're working on getting those charts easily available. So if you are looking for the product, we'll be able to refer you to a product that was hasn't been hit by a tariff yet.
Yep.
So
making some adjustments to it.
that's our goal.
A reminder, look at every invoice. Literally, we're telling you, look at ours and look at everybody else's. Look at every invoice you get because, not everything's communicated. Just look at your pricing. See if it's going up. And if it's going up and you didn't know it was going up, look at another vendor. Look at somebody else. Even if it's us, give us a shout. If it's somebody else, just look at another vendor.
Yeah.
Is that fair enough?
Distributor.
Distributor.
Yeah. If our pricing looks bad, there was probably just an error on your account. So just give us a call. We'll get it fixed for you.
But if there's pricing right on somebody else's, another distributor's, just call us.
It's right. They
meant to raise your price.
Ours sometimes get messed up. Theirs is always right.
Yep.
If it's high. If it's low, it's definitely messed up. It's going to go up.
So it's going to go up. Yeah.
They messed up. They only mess up on the low end, not on the other way around. So, that's all we really want to talk about. Do you have anything else to add? Anything else we're seeing that we're worried about now in terms of tariffs at all?
No, I'm just curious where it's going to settle. Where they're going to be. I just don't like this country is this percent, this country is that percent, this is different. It just makes it so hard to calculate what the heck is going to go on.
Especially when you're looking at bringing on something new and you're doing the math, like, okay, you sent me a price sheet. You're like, okay, well, what percentage is that tariff going to affect you? And will it go up from there? Like if you're looking at bringing in a cheaper option and then you're trying to do the math on, here's my price, calculate it with the tariffs. Is it still going to make sense when it lands here, especially with how the ports are right now, because containers are the same way and it's just messy right now. So
I think an interesting thing that we're going to find out is probably at ISA. I think we'll have a lot of more conversation of where it is finalized, what they're doing, or what vendor's going to say, hey, we are hit with 15 or whatever. I think we're going to get more information from that.
European countries right now and the products they import, they're fired up right now. Everyone's looking around and they're like, finally, we've just been sitting here just waiting for you guys to just look at us for 2 seconds. So...
I'm getting a lot of people already reaching out.
Listen, we got to talk about ISA though.
Ours comes from Italy. Ours comes from. It's like okay, we get it. Yours doesn't come from the countries that are getting tariffed right now.
For ISA, we are still waiting on someone that will babysit Judy.
That was your job, from what I understood.
I asked the audience if there's anybody that could babysit Judy for those 3 days so she don't bother us. Nobody's volunteered.
Don't you have that on your?
I thought that was on your to-do list.
Find a babysitter. It was your name tag from the open house. I was like, when did I make that for you? It was your name tag from the open house from 3 years ago.
Judy's babysitter?
Yeah.
Judy's babysitter.
That's what it said.
I remember
because we had job titles on there.
Yeah, Judy's babysitter.
Judy's just said Mike's boss. That
was your that was your.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm still looking for volunteers. Anybody that wants to spend 3 days with Judy. I mean, she's super nice. She'll probably buy you lunch and dinner and stuff. But
that's true.
Keep her out of our hair.
No comment.
So I better not say anything.
Judy, I'd love to hang out with you.
I love you.
I was just with her last week too, like for a couple of days, and she did buy me lunch and dinner.
Judy,
there you go.
I would babysit you, but you'd have to come on like 6 podcast episodes now, so I don't think you want to do that. So I'll let someone else do it.
Yeah. She did call me. She's going to be listening to this. She called me at 8 o'clock in the morning yesterday. Judy, what are you calling me at 8 o'clock in the morning? I have work to do. You should be sleeping. So, just checking on you, see what's going on. Don't check on me at 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I just came off vacation. I was literally gone for five days, and she calls me at 8 o'clock on a Monday morning. You don't think 7 people are in my office right now?
At least it wasn't. At least you weren't in California. Someone calling you at 8 a.m. Eastern time.
That happens it doesn't matter. Or I think the best one ever was, I think it was Tater called me because they get here at 4. And as soon as I picked up a hello, he's like, oh no, you're in Vegas. Yeah, did I wake you up? No, I haven't went to bed yet.
Yeah, it's 1.
It's 1 here.
Yeah.
I'm still up.
Yeah, there is a threshold.
Yeah, there is a threshold.
Call.
Yep.
If you call early enough, you can actually still work.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
that's funny. So anyways, that was all we want to talk about. We had a 20-minute intro, 10-minute outro, and 25-ish minutes of tariff talk. So,
but this under construction, we're probably going to have one more in here because
it's under construction.
We're going to do another one today, right?
Yep, and that'll give me 2 weeks to get everything buttoned up in here. So hopefully it'll be looking nice.
And listen, if this is how it's going to go with Rick not having a Yeti in here, we're going to have a problem.
He has one.
No, look at his other one. No,
the other one has a Wensko on it though. Look at it.
It's still Yeti. This is Yeti only. You're going to be lucky to get out of here alive.
Oh, yeah, it's on there. Yeah.
What do you got? You can't drink the same thing all the time. You have two different drinks.
I heard the story one time.
It's funny talking to Rick because he can't answer.
It's a mixer.
He can't defend himself.
He can't defend himself. He just bashed him.
I mean, he could grab that one today.
He's just stuck.
Probably could just swing that one around.
I got on the plane one time, and it was American Airlines, and we were doing the little puddle jump from, I don't remember why it was on American, but anyways, from Grand Rapids to Chicago, and we were on the ones that are only 4 wide total, so you're like, you're nice and snug next to the guy next to you. And he gets on, and same thing, 2 water bottles in his bag. And I didn't think anything of it. And we get up in the air, and he says, "Has anyone ever told you never trust a guy that's got 2 water bottles when he gets on a plane?" And I just watched him open both of them, and then he just poured the other one. It was also like 7:30 in the morning. It smelled. I could smell it from my seat. So
it's a mixer.
So that's why the joke is he's got 2 water bottles. Yeah, one for
Coke,
one for
and the other
coffee, and
for
rum for
straight
rum
vodka.
His creamer. Sorry, I said creamer. So anyways, that's my outro. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed our 3-camera setup. Hopefully that camera didn't get blocked too many times. Domingo, you look good from here.
Do I?
No, but good enough.
It looks like the camera adds about 30 pounds.
No, that's natural.
Oh, that's natural.
Oh, natural.
No, that's what it really looked like.
I don't want you to be disappointed.
Yeah, but where do we wave to say goodbye? That camera.
That one? Where are we going to go?
We'll wave up here. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next episode.
See ya.
And bye.